Okay, I got a book for us. It's called John, Paul, George, and Ben. I hope you like it, Bubby. I love you and I miss you. And sweet dreams. Once there were 4 lads, John, Paul, George, and Ben. Make that 5. There was also independent Tom, always off doing his own thing. John, he was a bold lad. At the start of every school year, the students were asked to write their names on the chalkboard, and every year was the same story. John, his teacher would say, "You have lovely penmanship, John. Your confidence is refreshing. But John, come on. We don't need to read it from space." Paul, he was a noisy lad. Before fun was invented, people joined bell ringing clubs. As a member at Boston's Old North Church, Paul spent hours practicing in the belfry tower. Over time, that bell ringing took a toll on young Paul. All day his head was filled with loud bings and bongs. He had to practically scream just to hear himself talk. Now, that's fine around the belfry, but not at work. Extra large underwear? Sure, we have some. Let's see. Large, extra large. Here they are. Great big extra large underwear. Paul was like a bullhorn in a china shop. Your wig? Yes, it's coming. And your polka dot shirts are coming, and the pink breeches are coming. It took many years and a midnight ride for people to finally appreciate his special talent. Everyone except that big underwear lady, she was still mad. George was an honest lad. One day, he took his shiny new hatchet and chopped down his family's cherry tree. When his family discovered the tree, he asked, "Son, do you know who killed this beautiful little cherry tree?" "I cannot tell a lie," answered George. "'Twas I who chopped down this cherry tree." "Then run to my arms, dearest boy," cried his father, "for you have paid me for it 1,000-fold with your honesty." "Really?" said George. "In that case, when I tell you I've taken out the apple orchard, leveled a barn, and made kindling for your carriage, you'll be a wealthy, wealthy man." Ben was a clever lad. Not only did he have a saying for every situation, he generously shared them with anyone, anywhere, at any time. Fish and visitors stink after 3 days. He considered it his duty to provide frequent, free advice. The sleeping fox catches no poultry. Those who are in quarrels indisposed must often wipe a bloody nose. If your head is wax, don't walk in the sun. 3 can keep a secret if 2 of them are dead. The town folks were so taken by his generosity, they came up with a saying especially for Ben. "Please shut your big yap." "I like it," said Ben. "Short and to the point. Work a fox or turkey in there, and I think you've got something." Tom, he was an independent lad. One day his teacher, Mr. Douglas, asked the class to make birdhouses by gluing macaroni to ye old balsa wood. Tom happily ignored him and used traditional building materials and a neoclassical design. When the class made a palm tree, Tom took one look and said, "Not in your life." Then he quickly left to sketch out his own tree. "Young Thomas," fumed Teacher Douglas, "would you mind explaining to the class why you insist on working so independently?" "Certainly," said Tom. "In fact, I've taken the liberty to tell you to list the very reasons." Oh my gosh. Tom learned the power of his words that day. Mr. Douglas told him to pursue all the life, liberty, and happiness he wanted. Independently in the corner, the other students pursued lunch. The rest is history. Say, you want a revolution? Well, John, Paul, George, Ben, and Tom sure did. In April of 1775, they got one. The redcoats were coming. In fact, King George III army was marching to Lexington and Concord to arrest John and the other Sons of Liberty. And these are the men who created this country. George didn't live in the White House. He was our first president, like all the other presidents. He was asked to live in New York City, where there weren't so many trees. I love you, Bubby. Sweet dreams.